Celebrity isn't all it's cracked up to be. Yes, if you do it right, you can garner a lot of fame and money. However, these things can easily go to someone's head, and in turn result in them losing absolutely everything. So today on Top 10 Beyond the Screen, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 10 biggest celebrities who are broke, part 2. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 10, Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is an actress, singer, songwriter, businesswoman, fashion designer, and film producer, best known for roles such as Mean Girls, The Parent Trap, and Freaky Friday. Now, although her wild child days are behind her, for now, Lohan still seems to be spending lengthy vacations on the Mediterranean, which is bizarre considering she has a net worth of just $500,000. A lot of money for us, but quick spending money for an actor. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Lohan skirted close to bankruptcy, but posing for Playboy and sitting down with Oprah allegedly pulled her back into the green, for now. Coming in at 9, MC Hammer. MC Hammer is a rapper, dancer, record producer, and entrepreneur. He had his greatest commercial success and popularity from the late 1980s until the early 1990s, with most knowing him for the smash hit You Can't Touch This and Too Legit to Quit. During the 80s and 90s, MC Hammer garnered a huge fortune, putting 200 people on his payroll, buying a huge mansion, as well as a slew of other luxuries. And of course, following his spending spree, he was forced to file for bankruptcy by 1996, owing $13 million. He then went on to rebrand himself as a minister. Big moves. Coming in at 8, Gary Busey. Gary Busey is an actor known for work such as Lethal Weapon, Predator 2, Point Break, Under Siege, The Firm, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and so much more. For portraying Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly story back in 1978, Busey was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor. Not too shabby. However, in 1988 he was involved in a serious motorcycle accident that left him with significant brain damage when he was just 44 years old. Following the incident though, he continued to book jobs and is perhaps one of the most prolific actors in Hollywood. So it may be shocking to hear that Busey is only worth around $500,000 today, which is yes, again, a lot of money for us, but not a lot for such a successful actor. Coming in at 7, Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton is a singer, songwriter, pianist, record producer, actress, television personality, and philanthropist. She has sold over 67 million records worldwide, including 41 million albums, making her one of the highest selling female R&B artists in history, even winning 5 Grammys along the way. She ultimately grossed around $170 million for her albums, but only made around $5 million, less than a 3% profit. Unlike many celebrities who mismanage money, she owed millions to managers, lawyers, and banks, and has been in debt ever since. Coming in at 6, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is a retired professional basketball player who once played for the Detroit Pistons, San Antonio Spurs, Chicago Bulls, LA Lakers, and Dallas Mavericks in the NBA. He was nicknamed The Worm and was famous for his fierce defensive and rebounding abilities. Like many of the stars on our list, he had a huge problem with spending and was in the red for most of his career until recently actually. He now has a net worth of around $500,000, which is good considering he was ordered to pay $500,000 in back child support to his ex-wife in 2000. Probably in the green because he's friends with Kim Jong-un, which is weird. Coming in at 5, SINBAD. SINBAD is a stand-up comedian and actor known for movies such as Necessary Roughness, House Guest, First Kid, Jingle All the Way, and Good Burger. He reached peak fame in the 90s, however he was ultimately forced to file for bankruptcy twice. The second time this happened he owed around $11 million, most of which were due to back taxes. Always the case with celebrities, just pay your taxes. However, the comedian seemed to have no regrets and said he would never take back his spending habits, even telling Oprah he invested in me. To each their own, I guess. Coming in at 4, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is a Hollywood legend and has been nominated for 10 Golden Globe Awards, winning one for Best Actor for his performance of the title role in Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, which is a joke considering that film was the only DVD I threw in the bin. He is regarded as one of the world's biggest film stars, appearing in works such as 21 Jump Street, Finding Neverland, Donnie Brasco, and Edward Scissorhands. As you would expect, the actor garnered a lot, and I mean a lot of money. However, it was his spending that would eventually be his undoing. Depp filed a lawsuit against his management company, blaming them for his financial woes. In March 2016, Depp cut ties with his management company and accused them of improperly managing his money. They later went on to sue Depp for unpaid fees and countersued him for damages, alleging that Depp was responsible for his own fiscal mismanagement. In July 2018, Depp was sued yet again, this time for allegedly punching a crew member twice in the ribs during a foul-mouthed tirade. Court documents stated that the actor reeked of alcohol and took drugs on set. No surprise there. He's also a woman beater. Don't hire him. Coming in at 3, Billy Joel. Billy Joel is a singer-songwriter, composer, and pianist. Commonly nicknamed the Piano Man, he is famous for songs such as Vienna, Piano Man, and Only the Good Die Young. His music is iconic and remains popular even today. However, Billy Joel was forced to file for bankruptcy 3 times due to financial and relationship troubles. Due to 3 divorces and a brother-in-law who mismanaged his money, he ended up owing around $90 million, forcing the singer to go on tour to try and reclaim some of his fortune. Highly doubt he's gonna get that money back. Coming in at 2, Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper is a singer, songwriter, and actress with a career that has spanned over 40 years. She is famous for songs such as Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, Time After Time, She Bop, and All Through the Night, with Lauper earning the Best New Artist award at the 27th Grammy Awards back in 1985. Since then, Lauper has released over 11 studio albums and participated in many other projects. However, like the rest of the celebrities on our list, she encountered major money problems early on. Her band's first album tanked, and her manager in turn sued them for $80,000, resulting in Lauper filing for bankruptcy and taking a job at The Gap. She managed to turn things around though, but in recent years the success has left her as well as the money. And the fans. Though she's friends with Cher, and that says a lot. I could tell you all of Cher's friends. And finally, coming in at number 1, Meatloaf. Meatloaf is a singer and actor famous for music such as Bat Out of Hell, I'd Do Anything for Love, as well as movies such as Fight Club and of course the Rocky Horror Picture Show. More than 40 years after its release, Bat Out of Hell still sells an estimated 200,000 copies annually and stayed on the charts for over 9 years, making it one of the best-selling albums in history. So saying that, you would expect the singer to be raking in money, right? Well, apparently not. His issues arose when he failed to give proper credit to the guy who helped him out with I Would Do Anything for Love, with the co-writer suing Meatloaf and nearly bankrupting him back in the 1980s. From that point on, the singer wrote all of his own material and has made somewhat of a comeback, but he never quite recovered from the huge loss of earnings. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with that list? Were there any broke celebs that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 3. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 10 worst movies of the decade. Michael Ross said, I've never watched the Human Centipede movies. Well, Michael Ross, you're very lucky. I've seen them all except for the 3rd, and they're atrocious. Brandon Smith said, have a happy new year, Lucy and Joss. The 2 of you have become a daily part of my life and I appreciate it. Plus, Lucy is also an Arsenal fan, so hell yeah, she rocks. Well, thank you. Happy new year to you too. And yes, I'm an Arsenal fan, which makes me superior than most. Jasper John said, I think movie 43's actors were under contract, so basically forced into the awful movie. It's the only thing that makes sense, because that script was horrible, and the film was even worse. Gary Maxian said, Lucy said wiener for some dude in a video, could you say turtle for me? That word, your voice and your accent are like the trinity of awesome. Happy New Year, Lucy. Well, I said it. Turtle. Don't really understand the fetish there, but to each their own. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Beyond the Screen vid. And until next time, see you later.